Britain's largest bank, HSBC, has denied that it's made a final decision to move its headquarters out of London. The Sunday Telegraph had claimed that the bank was planning to move to Hong Kong. A company spokesman said HSBC would prefer to remain in London, but that the levy on banks will add to the cost of basing the group here in the UK. Joe Lynham has more details.
They call themselves the world's local bank, but they are worried that tougher rules and new bank taxes might force them to loosen their attachment to London as their headquarters. Like other banks, HSBC will have to pay a new bank levy on the total value of its balance sheet. But unlike other British banks, the vast majority of HSBC's business is overseas. Lloyds gets only 10% of its turnover outside the UK, while the figure for Barclays is around 60%. HSBC, which stands for Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation, earns a whopping 90% of its profits outside Britain. And if they did move,
thousands of jobs will go in the investment banking part of HSBC. We will lose millions of pounds worth of tax revenue, and it will be a psychological blow to both the city and to the country, in that effectively the biggest British bank has decided to leave Britain.
In a statement, the bank said that talk of imminent change in HSBC's position on this matter is entirely speculative and presumptuous. But it also added that we are routinely asked by institutional investors about the costs of being headquartered in the UK. George Osborne, the man who counts the pennies at the Treasury, said today that the UK should remain a world-leading financial centre, but that banks must also pay their fair share of deficit reduction. While no decision has been taken yet whether to move from its home here in Canary Wharf, one is expected this year. Between then and now, HSBC hopes that its owners, its shareholders, can persuade the government that taxing banks too much could lead them to look for a new home, with the loss of revenue to taxpayers. Joe Lynham, BBC News, Canary Wharf.